Hello everyone, welcome to the Infinity Wars Rise preview video. My name is James Jones, some of you may know me as Teramis, the community creator for Infinity Wars. I'll be showing off some new cards and you'll want to stick around to the end for two exciting reveals. First off are the Factionless cards. Here we present a new Factionless version of the Alita Immortal that so many of you are already familiar with. Her ability lets me play an unlimited character as if it were coming from my hand. So I'm going to defend with an invincible defender so that their Veror brute doesn't damage me this turn. Here we have a new legendary, Evely. Her main ability lets me pay any number of resources to summon a random character that costs that amount or less to my field. In this example, I pay 7 resources, and she randomly summons a one of many from my deck. Called Shot lets me select a character and guess which zone that character will be in after everything resolves. If I'm right, Called Shot will kill the selected character. Moving on to some new Warpath cards. Armored Landcrawler is the definition of a tank, except in the form of a gigantic tortoise. He reduces all damage received by 1. Let's watch him stomp on a wave of Flamed On Aspirants. We've found some ways to create some pretty unique digital design concepts. Hunted Dragon places a card called Hunt for the Dragon in your opponent's hand to play whenever they want. On this second turn, you see my opponent play Hunt for the Dragon, and since I didn't move my dragon back to the support zone, they'll die. Here you'll see a more aggressive Warpath character, Veror. Watch him take on a wave of Flamed On Aspirants that are now 1-1 due to his ability instead of their original 2-1. Here's an ability that's a bit more situational than others before it. Never Forget the Fallen allows me to recover after heavy loss. Watch as it fills my support zone with reinforcements. Let's check out some new Genesis Industries cards. Interdimensional Phasebot is a card with some pretty unique mind games built right into the card. By activating his ability, he leaves play, but leaves a copy of himself behind in the same spot that he left. Watch as I use this ability to dodge a death ray, using it to my advantage. We have seen that a lot of players are really interested in Genesis Industries, so we wanted to create some mechanics that really focus in on what they're capable of. A good example of this is Shrapnel Launcher. Watch these unending drones get launched at a pack leader to save the day. Technology has allowed Genesis to forge some extremely unique creations. Instead of simply dying to Death Ray, Splitter Robot fractures off into 2 3/3 tokens, allowing you to keep up the pressure. Similar to what you saw earlier with Interdimensional Phasebot, Controlled Temporal Anomaly lets you use a familiar mechanic on any character in play. Watch out. as this card can be used on your opponent's characters as well. Let's see how the Cult of Veror is growing. With the digital design concepts we showed earlier with Hunted Dragon, we've done something similar with Hellkeeper. When he's played, 2 3/3 flying demon characters that cost 0 are placed into your deck. Dark Scavenge lets you pay an amount of resources you choose to deal that amount of damage to your opponent while healing your fortress for the same amount. Sinister Corruption is a card that you'll find a lot of interesting combinations for. Target character loses all subtypes, and its controller loses 5 health at the end of each turn. The Flame Dawn is preparing their army for war. When played, Harbinger of Light lets you fear a character on the battlefield back to the support zone. This lets me push Pack Leader out of the way and attack my opponent directly. In this example, I use Herald of Dawn to give my Dragon of Summer Flame charge the turn after I play Herald. This lets me dig a serious dent into my opponent's defenses. Protector of the Dawn grants all of my characters in play untouchable when he's played to the battlefield. In this case, he saves my Bromic from being assassinated. Descendants of the Dragon have gained some frightening defensive powers, introducing Gauhan the Stalwart. As long as he's on the field, no matter where he is locked to the defense zone. This gives him some extremely unique capabilities. True defense requires that you position your walls strategically. Kung Ji lets all of your defenders trade off blows, letting them last even longer. Spirit of the Ancient Guardians is a character that presents more defensive threats to the faction. With the ability to kill whatever it comes in contact with, Spirit is a constant danger. In Rise, Descendants of the Dragon gains a lot more longevity than it previously had. With cards like Resolve of the Dragon, you can easily outlast your opponent's rush with the right type of defense. More of the Sleepers of Avak have awoken. In Rise, the nanobot virus is really beginning to take its toll. Hakim the Corrupted brings back all 3 cost or less characters from your graveyard to the field when played. What's the one thing everyone knows about zombies? Well, they seem to have a certain fascination with flesh, and nothing gives your army a morale boost like a good meal. The nanobot virus is now at the control of your fingertips. In this example, I infect Skrar with the virus, then kill it in the same turn with Deathray to immediately take control of it the following turn. The virus of Avak is never-ending. Those that are consumed by it will return under the control of the virus. Watch as I stand against an onslaught from the Flame Dawn, only to return their corpses as zombies next turn, using Undisturbed Necropolis' effect. Introducing an entirely new faction to Infinity Wars, the Exiles. The Exiles are a faction of twisted, chaotic, sadistic demons. Devil of Despair is no exception, with his ability to gain health and power from killing his opponents. With the presence of death and destruction comes fear and dissent within even the sturdiest of armies. Chaos in the ranks swaps the position of your enemy's attackers and defenders, giving you a serious opening to assault. Let's go over a new card type, Artifacts. Low Orbit Ion Cannon. Genesis Industries has reached the pinnacle of its destructive technology. With Low Orbit Ion Cannon looming above, your opponents will certainly be wary of its devastating power. In this example, Low Orbit Ion Cannon is used to extreme effect when it deals 5 damage to a massive onslaught of Warpath characters, wiping out my opponent's morale in one swift blow. The story of how the virus of Avak was created is chronicled in an artifact known as the Tome of the Dead. In this example, I again use an artifact to deadly effect when I eliminate all of my opponent's characters on the battlefield after 4 turns of the tome being in play. This wipes out his morale in one deadly shot. We hope you've enjoyed this preview of the second set of cards coming in Rise. Remember, pre-orders end August 17th, and this is only 30% of the set, so you'll want to get this soon. We'll see you on the battlefield, everyone.